Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is your Modern Tech Breakdown. Today I've got some new comments from Marc Andreessen about the real purpose behind these silly trust and safety teams inside of most of the AI companies that are currently working feverishly to build the next great AI model. Let's jump into it. So I stumbled across a clip of Marc Andreessen that ties together many things that I've been covering on this channel for quite a while now. So I think it's a good opportunity to talk about AI censorship. If you don't know who Marc Andreessen is, hit his Wikipedia page. He has a long track record in Silicon Valley, and I've covered him a bit in my video about his comments on Joe Rogan. Needless to say, he's very knowledgeable about tech startups in general and AI specifically. Let's jump into the first clip where Marc talks about how AI companies followed in the footsteps of social media companies.
Social media went on this arc that I've described from like 2013 to today, where it became a censorship machine. AI has gone on a hyper-accelerated version of that arc. It happened basically right up front. It took time for social media to become a censorship machine. It happened on AI right from the beginning. It happened on AI right from the beginning because the AI companies learned from the experience of the social media companies, and they just said, well, if we're going to end up building a censorship machine over a decade, we might as well just do it up front.
Marc, are you saying it's intentional or it's just learning off of information? Yeah, please go on.
It's 100% intentional. Yeah. So that's how you get Black George Washington at Google, is because there's an override in the system that basically says everybody has to be, like, literally everybody has to be black.
So that's an interesting point. We all remember the absolutely ridiculous actions that social media companies took in concert with the US government in 2020 and 2021, absolutely squashing any discussion about the pandemic that didn't align to the official talking points, and even political topics like Hunter Biden's laptop. Absolutely disgusting behavior by both the government and these companies. And here we have Marc Andreessen saying that basically the same pattern was starting to repeat itself with AI. Absolutely chilling. Next, Marc gets into the weeds a little bit about how these AI companies tried to comply with the government and placate the authorities applying pressure on them by forming internal censorship teams. Let's get into the clip.
And they have these groups with this very Orwellian name called trust and safety, right? Mistrust and no safety, that do this. And a lot of these companies, it's common to have as many people on the trust and safety side sort of deciding on all these policies as it is to have engineers building these systems. And then actually what happened is you're an AI company and you need to build this kind of machine, this kind of censorship machine. And so you go hire the people out of social media who built the machine at social media. And so it's literally, in a lot of cases, it's actually the same people doing it in AI.
So again, it's the government colluding with tech companies to run the exact same play in AI that they ran with social media in 2020 and 2021. And I'm reminded of Marc's previous comments on Joe Rogan's podcast, where he said that the US government explicitly told tech startups, don't even try. We're only going to allow a handful of companies to build AI that we control. Absolutely outrageous. There ought to be a full investigation into who was doing this and why. Just disgusting behavior, honestly. And just for good measure, I have one more clip here that spells out why tech companies went along with this.
And the big companies, they're doing it for the same reason the social media companies did. They're doing it because either they've already gotten pressure or they know they're going to get pressure. And so you might as well just do it. Most of the people who work at these companies agree with that side of things. And so they think that they need it.
So there you have it, full circle. According to Marc Andreessen, these AI companies built trust and safety teams inside their companies in order to placate pressure from the government as well as their California-based employees. Just pathetic in my opinion. So what does all this mean going forward? Well, one of the primary drivers of AI censorship, the US federal government, is about to change leadership. So I would expect that pressure to disappear completely, especially with the appointment of David Sachs as the AI and crypto czar for the Trump administration. However, these companies have trust and safety employees that actually believe in this terrible work that they're doing. I don't think it'll be all that easy for companies to pivot away from this path, even if they want to. For example, I think OpenAI has been spearheading a lot of this nonsense discussion about safety, and I think they're going to continue what they've been doing regardless of the changes in government. I also think it'll be to their detriment. However, one leader of OpenAI left to form a safe superintelligence company. So perhaps the trust and safety team at OpenAI has already been shrinking. It'll be interesting to see how the landscape evolves over the next 18 months. I wonder if Elon's XAI will become more prominent without such overt political controls over its model. I'm also reminded that California passed Bill 1047 that was an overt power grab over AI. The bill was ultimately vetoed by Gavin Newsom, but I'm sure the California legislature isn't done trying to censor AI. But to wrap this one up, recall that OpenAI hired Democrat operatives Chris Lehane and Ronnie Chatterji. I wonder if we might expect those two seats to change over the next years, as OpenAI may not have much need for operatives connected to the DC Democrat machine over the next few years. Something to keep an eye on. But that's all I have on this topic for today. Like I said, Mark's comments connected a lot of dots that I've been covering, so I think it was a great opportunity to share them with the audience. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you next time.